Well, hello, 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 yo, Sap. So, welcome to another video, everyone. Yeah, it's MTS Trades here. So, in this video, I'll go over the trade that we took yesterday or day before. I don't remember. Like my memory is short. Anyways, we took a trade yesterday, right? And for some reason, our trade went into the 4 hour OB, okay, and then after that we had a rejection. So the reason I've already explained. If you don't know why we took this trade, enter into this trade. Me and my community, go watch the last video. I went over it in depth. So, like I said, and obviously anticipated slash predicted that in Asia session we're gonna end up hitting TP1. That's pretty much happened around London session, okay. And then when we went into the NY session, okay, we ended up hitting second TP. And then when the index market of NY opened, we ended up hitting third and the fourth TP. We were well off hitting and clearing out our London lows from yesterday. That's what I've. If you guys haven't watched the last video, go watch why we entered this trade. So yeah, my anticipation for this trade was that we'll actually sweep the Asian low, then we'll rally up because overall this chart was bullish on daily. 4 hour we were bearish, hourly we were bullish. When I took this trade on 4 hour it was bullish. Now it's on hourly bearish. 15 minutes is just fucked up because we slayed. Okay, now we'll go and have overview over the markets, what happened and what we did today. Unfortunately, boys, we did not take the trade today. The reason was, I'll explain you right now. There was a news today at like 3, which is like so 2:30 is this, and then here was the trip around at 15. We had the news today. We had a US red folder, whatever it was. I don't care. I don't reading folders. I see what's on the chart and then we ape it. Now, let's have a look on the US 30 top 30 companies in the US, the blue chip stocks, what happened in it. So Asia opened. We had a consolidation period, which shows that it's a rough start, okay, of the day. So no trend in it. Like we entered into the London bit dumped, all right. We did not sweep the lows or anything, okay, because it was in the same range. We consolidated in the London session as well. In the New York, we did not sweep anything, and the index we swept the lows of the London session, and then the news hit. So I was just waiting for like 15 past, and then we jumped over to the next Germany index, GR40. So, boys, as you guys can see, I've added like a couple more like indices or that are really good to trade off of. Like when the US 30, US 100, and SPX is just not giving us like the toes of them. So, what did the to the Germany went into consolidation as well from Asia to the London. London went to the so the only reason the market was choppy before New York session today, just before we enter into the JER analysis, is because we had a lot of news today. So whenever we have a news, it's always the market's always choppy, especially in the indices. Sorry. So top 40 Germany stocks company, so. Right, we went into consolidation. All right, didn't shape any highs or lows. Went low into the London to the New York. New York broke the London highs and the Asia highs as well. And after that, when the news broke, it was actually looking beautiful because over here, when we broke the London nose into the New York, I was tempting to take a long potential long in it. But the thing is, like, we don't have to get greedy or ape into any trade just because you're feeling overconfident and think that okay, you've been winning in the past days for the past I don't know how long, and now you can just have another winning trade. It doesn't work like that. Whenever your emotions kick in and whenever you feel super happy, excited, and got like a what do you call it, adrenaline rush for a fucking winning trade, do not trade. Okay, so that's what happened here. I'll let it slide and then I start looking at the UK 100. So today I was just looking at GERD 40 and UK 100 because these were the two. identical charts you can see in the GR40, right? It has a consolidation, but in the UK 100 chart, we can see in the Asia session, we had a clear rally to the down and clearing the previous London session lows. And then into the London session today, we cleared the previous, did we clear anything into the London session? Right, London session didn't clear anything. Then we had a rally towards the New York session, however, cleared the London highs and then the Asian highs, okay, into the Indus market. Then we can look into the Japanese index of the top 225 companies. So Japan, why I'm saying Japan, it's Japan. So Japanese, okay, were rallying because they knew we were in the trade, okay? Simple, straightforward, no flying fox, okay? They were just pumping because they knew MTS and his community has shorted. So they had to liquidate us, but these motherfuckers don't know we had like widened stop losses. Even if they chase for a fucking century, they won't like fucking stop us out. So, so, okay. Now, sorry about that, boys. Now, what are we gonna do? So, Japan opened, Asia session opened. All right, we had a rally up, okay, into the London session, and the London swept the Asia highs, and then after that, when we went into the New York session swept the London lows and the Asian lows. That's done for the Japan. That's what Japan did today. Excuse me. So into the France index of top 40 companies, same thing happened. Consolidate down, went down. We what? Okay, so these markets, because it's EU, French stock market actually opens at 7. And then I don't even know if they have one. Who cares? Anyways, the day starts, this index actually opens on the 7 o'clock in the morning. So 7 in the morning, then we went into the London session, had a real rally to the downwards into the New York session. Okay, New York didn't give a fuck, just swept the lows of the London session. Then we went up. We also swept the highs, actually touched the liquidity of the highs in the New York session, and then we had a consolidation because there was a news ahead. Now into the euro, top 50 companies, okay, in the Europe. Let's see. So the same market open at 7, and the London is the same, identical to the French. Went into the London session, okay, right? Went consolidation, entered into the New York session, swept nothing, okay, swept what? Nothing, just grabbed the liquidity, entered into the New York, swept the previous highs of the Asia. Is that Asia? No. Swept the previous highs of the pre-market index, and then the highs of the London session, and then we had a consolidation for the rest of the day for US 100. Obviously, this motherfucker don't give a fuck, okay, to open a NASDAQ. So, what is this? So, the day started off by consolidating into the London session, and we kept rallying, okay, kept consolidating, nothing was taken out, right? And then went into the New York session, nothing was happening, still consolidating because there was still so much news today of GBP and US, okay. After that, we went into the news right here. When this week's happened, this means get the fuck out of the market. Don't gamble your money. So if I wanted to, right, because I was scanning for like 2 hours straight before the market opened and all, like, nonetheless, if we were gamblers, I would have told people, yo, open one lot. I don't care how much capital you have. Open one lot, and we're gonna short the fuck out of it, because that's what's the normal bias of these news. Okay, because we're in the fourth quarter, right, and this shit is not gonna rally. Okay, unless we're near Christmas. And that's just the fucking bluff from me. Don't mind that. We don't need to overthink. Let's come to the chart, because sometimes my brain goes to the cracks. Okay, now coming back to the point, index market opened. After that, we had a liquidity grab of the London high. Okay, we cleared it, and then the news dropped, and we had a Nasdaq taking a shit. Okay, so after that, it just went down. So yeah, let's go to the OZ Australia 200 index. Same thing happened. This one has like 5 minutes ahead. I don't know. It opens when the London Stock Exchange opens. So we had a clear consolidation into the New York. New York cleared the London highs. After that, we went into the index market. Index market just grabbed the liquidity. News dropped, and then we had a rally to the downwards. So now S&P 500, the top 500 companies, blue chip stocks. Now this one is looking more like, clear a picture of today's, forecast of what happened in the market. So because there are more like, widened candles. So Asia session open, market was consolidating. Okay, as usual. Then we went into the London session. London didn't do anything either, consolidating, pure consolidating. Went into the New York session, kept consolidating. Nothing was clear or taken out, like, from either of these sessions. New York open, news drop, and then we had a rally downwards. Let's come to the gold. So, as per usual, if you guys don't know, go watch the first video, but these are the previous liquidity sitting at, so that's what I marked. Now let's come to the gold. Okay, so market open, Asia open, consolidating, had a rally upwards, grabbing the liquidity of grabbing previous liquidity. Nothing major happening in the Asia session. Went into the London session, had a pretty rally downwards, clearing the lows of the Asia. Then we went and tried to grab the liquidity of London session as well. Broke its own fucking high, fucking maniac. Now we went into the what is it? Yeah, New York session. So New York had a clear, like, rally downwards. It was dumping, cleared the lows of the London. Yeah, cleared the lows of the London and the Asian session. After that, we had the index market open. It just fucking spiked. That's a scam wick we had, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, we had a scam wick there. News drop at around 15. So this motherfucker had a fake out. People probably long because we're going to pump, boom, 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 whatever. And then these motherfuckers get wrecked. Okay. So if you look at this, it's stupid. You guys can see here. So as usual, everything was dumping over that. Now this is beautiful, boys. Have a look at this. So UJ UJ is just like the dollar index. Let me just switch that up. Now let's look at the dollar index first. Dollar opened in the Asia session. We had a clear rally to the downwards, grabbing the liquidity of previous lows, as you guys can see here. Okay, so after that, we went into the London session. London session almost tried to grab the liquidity of Asian session, didn't happen. So dollar went into the New York session. Market opened, kept consolidating. Then the index market opened. We had a great pump that swept London highs, New York session highs, and then the Asian highs as well today. And then the news drop, and as you guys clearly see, we had a great week to the downward, and then consolidation period after that. There was exhaustion. So let's go into UJ. Now, UJ market open, we had a clear rally up to the, just to fake it out, if people were short, because it's a dollar index. And yeah, there's a lot going on in the UJ. I need to explain, but I just want to skip the shit ones as fast as I could because I don't like trading them, so I don't want to talk on them. But nonetheless, it's our business and it's our duty to explain what went wrong or right in the market. So, as usual, business Asia session market opened. After that, we went into we swept the previous highs of the day, right? Yeah, we swept previous highs. If I'm not mistaken, that's what happened, right? Yeah, we swept the previous highs. Breaking weight. Well, actually, no. Let me have a look. So it was already breached out, then market open. Yeah, so that's all good. So Asia session open, market had a rally to the upside, then went to the down, grabbing the liquidity sitting here. Then went to the New York market. No, London session open. Tried to take the Asian highs. Didn't happen. Went to the New York market open consolidation. Tried to grab the lows of London session. Didn't work out. Then the news drop. Boom. Market went to the up, clearing the London and the Asian high liquidity. And now that's where the market's sitting. And EU, my fucking legend, a fucking best shitcoin in the market. Now, so The market opened, okay, market had a rally to the downside, collecting the previous liquidity sitting here. Rally to the upside, consolidated in the Asia session. Market opened in the London session with a great week to the upside. That's where a lot of bots and a lot of gamblers gamble in the London session. Market open, big injection, big fucking institutes just slowing the fuck out of the market, even though there was a lot of news in the middle of the London and New York session today. So swept these highs, okay. In the London session, market kept rolling up. New York Stock Exchange opened. Also, London swept the Asia highs, okay. Now, New York, New York market opened, New York Stock Exchange opened, and then after that, New York tried to sweep the lows of London session, but didn't happen. The index market opened, then we swept the London lows and the Asian lows. News drop, and after that, we kept consolidating. Now let's come to the trade that we were holding. So I'll explain again if you're still watching this video. So the reason I took this trade was pretty simple. The whole bias was everything. Normally what traders do, they look at the bias from higher time frame, they zoom out, they go from the zoom in to the zoom out, okay, to take their bias, which means from higher time frames, okay, they go to the lower time frames to take an entry, okay. So what we did, right, what I did yesterday, so these are the previous sessions. Let me just clear those out. Actually, leave it on the chart so I can explain the trade, why we took it. Now, I'll explain it again. So the market opened in the Asia session, okay. We had a rally up to the upside in the GJ, Great British Pound against Japanese Yen. Market then swept the Asian lows in the London session. Then we had a rally all the way up to the New York session. New York swept the London highs and the Asian highs. So that's when the index market opened. Then, according to all the pairs that we had yesterday, we only saw this week. This means a pure reversal, in my opinion. I'm not on about the candles or the bias or the sentiments here. I'm just purely talking off of what I saw and why I wanted to take a trade. Okay. This shows that we swept the previous high of hourly or 4 hourly, in the liquidity, we grabbed it, right? We were meant to see this pattern happening yesterday, okay? This was pure off of price action, nothing to do with the news. But unfortunately, some fucking bulls from the market or some institute fucking schlong the fuck out. Then they got exhausted over the OB over here. That's a 4 hour, and then we have a daily liquidity sitting up here. So if you guys haven't watched the yesterday video on this in depth, you can go watch it, why I took this trade. I'll explain a bit better in it. Now, so as you guys can see, it worked out pretty fine. Like I explained in the last video, that we're gonna touch TP1 in the London or Asia session, then we're gonna fuck around, to go wherever the fuck we want because we'll be safe. So what ended up happening is we entered into the Asia session, okay, and then market, start. You can see here the Japanese index, okay, start fucking pump out, okay. And then when we went into the, as I explained before, so it'd be easier for me to explain here now. It's just the inverse of the Japanese index, but that's not how we trade off of. If you ever go inversely over the indexes and the pair that you're trading into, you're gonna gamble, and don't ever do it. The whole point of me showing you that chart and coming back to this chart, it's just showing you the confluence that everything was according to the point. I didn't take trade just because some traders take trade over looking at the dollar index and they go into the trades. I'm not that kind of trader. So what I trade is purely on the price action of the market, what's in front of me. So when I looked at the market, that it's actually consolidating, on higher time frames, we were actually went swept the swept these liquidities, even though we could have went long and be out happily, but I knew that it was a fake out. We could have grabbed 0.29% easily, or 54 pips, whatever you want to call it. I didn't want to take that trade. It's just a fake out. I knew it, and I was waiting for this play to play out because there was big liquidity sitting here. So after that, the Asia session opened. We had a consolidation, pure consolidation open, because all the liquidity on the left side was swept, and now we had to grab the liquidity over here. So we went into the before pre-market London Stock Exchange. We hit the TP. I woke up like 12 minutes late around when this TP happened, and I'll show you the Discord with my screenshot and the timestamps so you know that I'm talking authentic. So what I actually did is that when the market was here around 6-ish right here, I missed this one spike. So when the market was around here before the spread hour, I actually opened a 5 lot short as well on the different account. So that I'll just like, because I was super confident. There's no fucking way that this shit is gonna just rally all the way up on the new day open, okay? Daily candle opens. Nonetheless, we went into the London session. We had a fake out, which stopped us out at the break even after hitting the TP1. After that, as per usual, the market consolidate. Okay, and we ended up hitting our TP 2, 3, and 4 into the New York Stock Exchange open into the index as well. So we had a okay. Let's explain this as well. So the Asia market opened. We had a consolidation swept the previous New York lows almost in the Asia session. New York London session open almost took the liquidity and highs of the Asia session, went to the New York Stock Exchange open. Over here, we swept the London lows and the previous New York Stock Exchange, not Stock Exchange, stock market, stock session lows. So that's where the liquidity on 50 minutes were residing. These were the TP of the liquidities. Okay, let me just, I don't want to change this to this, but it was quite accurate. So as you can see here, if I'll just move out when the market opened. So this is the New York Stock Exchange open. The market just rallied before New York Stock index market open. We had a big dump to the downside, hitting our clearing out our TP 2 and 3. After that, when the market opened, we had cleared out our TP3, and then after that, we just rallied and consolidated all the way up. So my anticipation from the previous video, you guys can go back and have a look. My anticipation and my prediction was off of pure price action and probability. What I chart out is that we're going to come down into the London or Asia session, okay? Sweep only these two TPs, which is like the previous Asian lows, okay, right here. And then we're going to see this movement that we're seeing here over here. Nonetheless, we ended up clearing 2 more TPs, and happy days because we made bread over of it. So that's the overview of how much we made. I'm going to show you as well. So let's have a look on the GU. We did not look at the GU, but GU is the only one. I added GC later on. So we're just going to have a look on the GC, and then go over the Discord and show you the timestamps and how much we made in the community. So, GU market open, we had a clear consolidation. Okay, went to the London session, made a bit high London, then cleared the lows of the Asia session. Then we went to the New York session. New York session just had a shit because there was so much news days, but so many red folders today. And then the market, New York market opened, right? New York market was consolidating. GU didn't do a shit, just had a clear dump. Then the index market opened of NY, and then we had a news drop, boom, had a clear gap in here for the folder, and then boom, we had a clear consolidation. So nothing major was happening, and we still stayed. Actually, we broke the previous, we swept the previous liquidity of daily, and now we're gonna aim for the next daily lows or the higher time frame liquidities on this pair. So that's pretty much it, boys. For the charting, let's get to the business and show the actual figure, how much we made off of in this JG trade. I actually call I prefer calling it JG rather than GJ. Try pronouncing it, okay? JG and GJ. GJ is more complicated. You have to stop. You'd have to take a break. So I always call it JG. I wish I could just inverse here, rewrite the pairs, but nonetheless, boys, we had we had 1 hour on this, okay, so far, but nonetheless, I had a TP right here. Okay, so it was a 1.5 hour trade, but now since we already cleared out this, so I'm just going to clear this chart after I finish the video. Now let's get to the business on Discord. Okay, now there it is. So let's come to the business first, where I just gave this pair. Which one was it? So we were in the Forex pairs. As you guys can see here, let's get to business. Now, so far looking good. Added a new position on different account by holding old trade with $300 drawdown. Okay, that was around 5:30 in the morning, which is what, yeah, half five, like into the Asian session. So as you guys can see here clearly, I entered at 185.604, and then the market was sitting at 185.350. We're clearly up 861.26 after the swap and the tax of the broker. We were making 770, actually quad seven, so $777.07. Let's come down, and you can see here around, when did I wake up then? So I woke up again around 4 past 7 in the morning. Okay, you can see the timestamp now. I took a screenshot, shared in the chat, boys, trim 50%, push stop loss to the safe zone, and that's what was happening as we went over the chart right there. Now, then I said we were fully out of DJ around 16 past 8, right? And then TP2 hit, but we were out. It was around, you can see here, 25 past 13 into the New York session, pre-market of index, and TP3 and TP4 hit, as you can see here, the time frames. So this is the chart that I posted. Now, let's see how much we made off of this trade. These are the screenshots. So we entered we entered at market yesterday at 185.206 on GJ, ended up making 0.05% over our position, and we trimmed 50%, actually, not 50%, but this was the actual, like, when we stopped out, because I had to trim as well. So then we got stopped out into the profit zone on 185.1125 price of GJ, and then we ended up making $127.12 12 cents, sorry. And this is the other position, and we made $1,660.69. So we entered 185.604 on GJ when he was making a reversal on the higher time frame after sweeping the highs of 4-hour OB, and the daily around daily liquidity. So on this position, we made 0.6%. So these are the swap charges and the charges of the broker, swap charges, and the charges of the broker. But yeah, nonetheless, boys, let me have a look how much we made. I didn't calculate because I was waiting for the video, so I could just share with you guys. It's special. So 0.69 plus 127.12. So boys, we were up 1,700, like $1,787.81. So that's what we ended up making, boys, out of this trade. 2W so far with the communities, alhamdulillah. So that's what's today's video. How much we are, oh sugar, boys, I'm so sorry. It's went up to, like, 30-minute long. I did not mean to over exaggerate or make complicate, like, things, make things complicated for you. So that's it is, boys. So the only reason I think the other community members are not sharing, because they're not comfortable sharing right now. But nonetheless, when the community grows and people are making big bread, already in the safe zone, they gain confidence and learn the strategy and methodologies that I'm trading off of, and the strats. Believe me, boys. And also, I'll show you the chat of today's stream. There it is. Yeah, we were actively trading, boys. I went live on 26 past 1, which is 26 past 13. And yeah, and then yesterday, you guys can see here as well, people are chatting. So yeah, boys, thanks for watching as usual. MTS Trades, make sure you like, subscribe, leave a comment, leave your opinion over the analysis or whatever you guys think of, and then I'll see you guys in the community. And if you haven't subscribed or joined the community, there's a link down below of the Voop shop. Just go, there's $10 a month. AP, let's trade together and make a bread together. So thanks for watching. Take care. Have a good day, evening, morning, wherever you guys are residing, and I'll see you guys with another video tomorrow. And also, we did not trade today because everything was shit. Like I said, JER 40 and UK 100 was looking promising. but the news dropped and everything went to shambles. So we had a day off. Peace.